Alright, how's it going, everybody? So MrScaryMuffin back again. We are watching round 2 losers. It sounds so bad because it's a double elimination. So this is in the losers bracket. They already lost one game. On the left we have April, who is the other senior in the tournament, and we have Yudha on the right. And I wanted to get this match because I'm going to start right here. You seeing okay, Julia?
Yep.
Alright, perfect. I want to get this match down because Yudha is playing Blastoise, and it was the only Blastoise deck in the format. Well, we just saw what April's top deck was going to be. April is playing a Plasma Basics deck. It's kind of like what we saw with Joey, except more focus Plasma. So we got the Deoxys, we got the Thundurus up already. She has a Keldeo. She also runs other random Plasma Basics as well, so it's still not quite the quote-unquote optimized deck that is being hyped around, but you know, we'll ease you guys into it so you guys can see. Yudha is playing the fantabulous Blastoise
Black Kyurem.
with Black Kyurem. Yeah, it does 200 damage for 4 energies, and you gotta discard 3 energies, but with the new card coming out, Superior Energy Retrieval, lets you grab 4 energy cards back from your discard. It is ridiculously strong.
So it doesn't look like April got an energy first turn, so she scoured for the Juniper. But then got end, which is always how it happens.
Yep, that's always the case. Well, you know, oh, you Scala for a draw support that you need? Here, let me just end.
Yeah. And give you no draw support or a hand just full of it. Those are like the two opposite sides of the spectrum. I prefer having a hand full of draw support than none, but so many times on Juniper I'm like, I just want some items, I just want some items, and all I get is support, and I'm like...
What do you think of Yudha's playmat there?
I think it's cute. I'm pretty sure it's Mel's, isn't it?
No, it's mine. It's Jasmine's.
Oh, it's Jasmine's. Okay, because I was going to say, I was like, Mel was carrying it around.
Yeah, I lent it to Mel for regionals. Because he also borrowed pretty much, he borrowed like my Tropical Beach and a couple other stuffs as well.
Okay.
During that tournament. Tropical Beach goes down, speaking of which. Early game, very strong stadium card, lets you end your turn without attack and draw up to 7 in hand. So for a setup deck like Blastoise, it's very strong. I think he has a Squirtle on his bench. I can't really see because his arm is covering it. We should tell Yudha to stop covering stuff. April's got 2 of those Deoxys EXs. Oh, yeah, indeed, it is a Squirtle. Laser Beam and Knockout. No, it's not Knockout. Oh no, it is Knockout. Never mind. 2 Deoxys gives plus
50 plus 10, 30.
Yeah. +1/+1, and then the laser beam is +1. I was like, it shouldn't be a knockout if there was no Verbank, but I forgot Deoxys does give that +1. So strong. Will deny the turn 2 Blastoise setup from Yudha, so he's going to get a second Squirtle down. I hope he's going to get another one down so that only one of them can die. And Squirtle has that really awesome Shell Shield ability, which prevents damage on them if they're on the bench. So they can't be sniped, they can't be sniped.
They can't be hit by Keldeo. Or not Keldeo, Kyurem.
Yeah, they can't be killed by Kyurem, they can't be killed by Darkrai, they can't be killed by, I don't know, Raikou EX if you wanted to use whatever that attack is.
Bolt.
Bolt?
Yeah.
Silly name.
Well, there are a lot of silly names on Pokemon cards.
There you go. Second Squirtle comes down, so he might be able to get thing set up. He's gonna Tropical Beach again, trying to get set up. He has 2 energies down on the Black Kyurem too. So if he gets 2 more, he can do 200 damage, and it's kind of like a Ray Eels deck in that regard, except you know they just do straight up 200 instead of a variable amount depending on the number of energies on it.
We did see a DCE go down for that Ultra Ball, so I'm guessing she runs Mewtwo as well.
Or Lugia.
Or Lugia,
Snorlax.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah.
There's actually a lot of double
all the way a Plasma and a DCE, so I'm guessing she's going for a Pokemon that's going to be useful to one of those 2, because when she raided Knuckles, she'll be able to take it out of the discard.
And attach it, right. I wonder if she runs Plasma Badge. I sent April to the losers bracket as I beat her in the first round. It was actually a pretty close game. And I saw a few interesting cards. I did not see a Plasma Badge, but it would not surprise me if she ran. Oh, she's throwing Tornadus EX. That is a new Tornadus EX.
Is that the draw support one?
Yeah. So the first attack allows you to shuffle and draw 6, I think. And then the second one is a 4 energy attack, and it does extra damage for every plasma energy on the Pokemon, but it is weak to lightning, so I don't know. In the format with a lot of Thundurus, I'm not too sure how good that is. Yeah, and it died.
And here's another Skyla for a Juniper. I wonder how many supporters she runs. This is the second time she's had the Skyla for a supporter. Yeah.
Sometimes you just draw bad. It's just not fun.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Alright, so there you go. Double colorless energy. So 2 colorless machine or a colorless machine and an attachment from hand will allow her to do, I think, 90 plus 30 for every plasma on it or something like that. And goes
who knows,
down.
maybe she's Skyling just because she wants them to enter.
Yeah, maybe. I don't run that many Skylas in my Thundurus deck, like maybe just 2, just because they're not as useful as just getting a lot of cards instead of just one specific card. In Blastoise, Skylas are way more useful because you can use it for the Tropical Beach in the beginning, you can use it for those rare candies when you need it. Yeah. One of the things when we were playtesting, I noticed that Yudha's Blastoise deck has a really hard time setting up. He's either lacking the Blastoise or lacking the energy. And he always seems to have that kind of trouble. I'm not sure. I don't know what his exact list was, but I don't want to brag, but I feel like my Blastoise deck is a little bit better than his.
I think isn't that BBA's Blastoise deck though?
I don't know. Yudha built it a little bit himself.
Playtesting. Well, okay, no, it might not. It might not be his deck. I don't know. I just for some reason I recall him saying something about that when we were playtesting.
It probably based off the same skeleton.
Yeah, it could be.
And then just modified to their own particular taste.
I know that Tropical Beaches is. That's at least I know that bit. Yeah. Yeah, they could have been built off the same skeleton.
So a Russian there, followed by Juniper. Gonna get that float stone. So much value. One of the things I regretted was I didn't have Tool Scrapper in my deck during this tournament, and she got so much value off of that float stone on that Keldeo. Every time I laser beam, she would just rush in and retreat for free. So the laser beams didn't do that much damage, but double colorless machine, I think, does a ridiculous amount of damage there. It's I think it's 90 plus 30 if I'm correct. It might be a little bit less, might be 50 plus 30. And then plus 20 for the 2 Deoxys that buffs it as well. This Tornadus EX is a Plasma Pokemon. The other one that has been out forever is not a Plasma.
But so wow, it took out the one that still the energies and everything. Ouch, ouch.
Yeah, it's so much energy.
When you get Blastoise out, it won't be such a big hit, but still, I mean, is it 3 prizes to 6 now, right? She took out that EX and Squirtle, yeah.
Yeah, so Yudha obviously does not have the right things in his hand. You can see him just like not knowing what to do. Oh, there is a Blastoise on the bench, so.
So, but he's getting the end. I don't know how much he can do this turn. Then I guess if he's Skyling for support, and not even Juniper though. So I'm guessing he's either going for that Disrupt, or he's got something in his hand he wants to use next turn first.
Most likely he's expecting April to take a KO here, and then he's going to try to end and reduce her down to either 2 or 1 cards in hand.
Yeah. Oh, super energy retrieval.
Superior.
Superior energy retrieval.
How I wish it was a super energy retrieval, then we can use the old ones, but yeah.
That's probably why they changed it, I guess. But.
Ugh, it's such a bad reason.
Yeah, I know.
So he gets 3 energy cards back in his hand at the cost of discarding 2 cards. It's going to attach a bunch there. And Ricky is being a jerk. He's like, make sure you announce your special abilities.
Well, they should. It's good practice.
It is. It is good practice, especially if you attach a water first, and then you try to attach a lightning. If you do not announce your ability when you attach that water, you can't attach that lightning. If people want to be rule sharks, rule lawyers about it, they can, and they're in the right to.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's not so bad in the smaller ones like this, but oh yeah, I went out to Nats last year. Even just battle roads, you know what I mean? Like, even just cities and stuff like that. There are definitely people, and like you said, they're in the right. I mean, if they're gonna, say something about it, but we just get sometimes a little bit lazy because we play with friends a lot. So half the time, if you actually listen to these matches, they're like dead silent. People are just playing stuff because you just know what it does, so no one really says anything.
I think if you're practicing with friends, you should be saying it as good practice, right?
Yeah.
Or just say power.
Yeah,
that's allowed.
Just it's good habit, right? Because when you go somewhere where you're not,
going after the Blastoise,
right? Oh, cash out the Blastoise.
And an N. preemptive end so that she doesn't have to draw into end. There's nothing worse than being end down to one card and then your draw support that you get was an end. You're like, well, this is great. I'll play end and get one card again.
Oh, I've done that before. End one, end. Okay, well, end. One more card. Try this again. Yeah.
Well, it's not bad if, for example, you're both low on prizes, right? And then the guy ends and then took like 2 prizes, or Tropical Beach afterwards, and then you end him back down.
Oh, that happens all the time with Blastoise decks. They go, I'm going to end and I'm going to Tropical Beach for 1,000,000.
Yeah.
Which is what it feels like when you're end to one card and they get 7 by the start of their next turn.
Yeah, she's getting a lot of mileage out of that Thunderous.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's a good play here. I mean, obviously, you know, he doesn't have to really worry about Thunderous, you know.
Yudha just gave like the, well, what can I do? A little hand wave there. He has a really bad setup, unfortunately. Oh, it gets the Tool Scrapper. Yeah.
And a Juniper.
Well, obviously, you have to play Tool Scrapper in Blastoise because of Garbodor. And Garbodor can lock powers so that you can't use your Deluge, which is so important. So you got to be able to remove the tools, which enables that locking. And it's going to Deluge some more, and then Deluge some more. I think you only need 5 energy, five water energies on a Keldeo to one-shot the 170s.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's not a bad idea if your Blastoise are hurting, but he did get down another Blastoise after that first one died, so he's okay. April's hurting for energies a little bit here. She needs to take 2 prizes, so she needs to kill something. Oh, on an EX. She's probably going to aim for that too. Bringing up the Thunderous will allow her to...
Wait, doesn't that take 6, I think, energies for Keldeo?
Let's see, it's 50 plus 20.
50, yeah, 50 times 20.
So
like
yeah,
5
6,
times
you're
20
right.
Yeah, so 6, yeah. So like this guy, I was like, I think it's more than 5. Yeah.
5 will get it to 150.
Yeah.
5 and laser.
yeah, 5 and laser, there you go. Which is usually so much how it comes down to so many games.
Yeah. Well, like I was saying, right, Kyurem with Laser Beam can one-shot the EXs, which is ridiculous.
Yep.
Chorus Machine. Oh, snaps. If she has an energy card in hand as well, she can do that 120. Oh, right there. She's got 4 cards, right? Laser Beam, Verbank, and another energy. Calling it right here. Energy. Come on. No, I don't see one there. Little catcher, okay. We can mention it later. I am looking out for it. And just doing the straight up 150. 120 plus 3 Deoxys equals 150, enough to kill the Blastoise. And Yudha has no way to set up another Blastoise yet. There's no Squirtles. He's lost 3 Squirtles and lost 2 Blastoise. So he may have 1 more Squirtle in his deck. He may have 1 more Blastoise in his deck. Or maybe 2. I only run 3.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Yeah, and that was the one thing too, and when we were playtesting and stuff too, yeah, I found that, you know, if you can just get your catchers and get those Squirtles out of the way, then the plasma decks just kind of run like crazy.
Well, yeah, that's why you have to bench 2 in the beginning. You can't afford to dilly-dallow about it.
Yeah. Can't afford to procrastinate.
So Colress goes down, and he's going to draw 7 off of that. Not bad. And again, Colress is looking very strong these days. Just drawing ridiculous. The only problem I have with Colress late game is you might deck yourself.
Yeah, that's
you know,
true.
run out of cards in your deck and like, oh, whoops.
I've drawn into it and been like, oh, I wonder if I can play this. 7 cards in my deck. Nope.
Those will lose me the game. Cool, because if you have to draw at the start of your turn, you can't draw cards. You do lose as well. It's an alternate lose condition, and I'm not gonna call it an alternate win condition because usually it's the player's fault for decking out.
Yeah.
There's no decking. There's no mill decks in format right now, so.
One thing I will say, April's field is super neat.
Yeah.
Like everything is in a nice line. It is all nice. Like if you just look down the table, everyone's cards are just everywhere.
You ever watch BDA play? He arranges the cards and their evolutions and the energies like perfectly, so you can see everything on the field. I take after him. I try to arrange my bench really neatly when I do that.
We should expect nothing more from the head judge.
Right.
I I just make sure all my stuff is like visible. But I find that if I put stuff sideways, especially because Rails and now Plasma, I always have full bench. I can't put cards sideways. It's just gonna get all messed up.
So I felt like this tournament went really well, and I like to call these the hype tournaments because we're running them every time there's a pre-release and we use the new cards coming on the format. We should expect to see more of these tournaments in the future to see what the new cards can do. What is that? Team Plasma
that is the Shadow Triad.
Shadow Triad. So Shadow Triad lets you look for any Team Plasma card in your discard pile and pull it back up.
Yeah, he's like,
what does that do? It is a new card. That and Gatus are two of the supporters that people don't really use right now. Gatus lets you look at your opponent's hand and shuffle any of their item cards into the deck, and you draw a card for every one you shuffle. It's like a much stronger last, but it's not worthwhile playing it more than maybe one even. Same with Shadow Triad. I think it's a one-off card. What does it get you? It can get you laser beams. It can get you Colress Machine, Plasma Energy, Plasma Pokemon.
It can get you lasers? Shadow Triad can't get lasers, right? Because lasers aren't plasma?
Pretty sure lasers are plasma.
Are Hand Attacks with lasers plasma cards?
They are so plasma card.
Are you sure?
I'm betting you right now, $50. Right now. No, don't look it up.
I'm looking it up.
Don't look at. You have to take the bet first.
If I take the bet, I'm pretty sure I'll win. So
then take the bet. Then take the bet.
$dollars.
Then take the bet. Don't feel bad. I'll just owe you 100 instead of 50. Come on.
So wait, I'm pretty certain that they're in the plasma set, but I don't think they're actually plasma cards.
I could have won $50. You're so cheap. Come on, Julia. You said you were sure.
Right. I cannot believe them. Okay, well that's probably why I was so surprised. I totally did not think they came out Plasma Storm. I thought they came out the set before that.
But the thing is like, it doesn't get you Verbank, which is kind of important. It doesn't get you Catcher, which is super important, and it doesn't get you Floatstone, which is usually also important. Like, those are some of the other cards that you would like to get. But it's not bad running a one-off, I suppose. It's like Skylighting for a Juniper. You can Shadow Triad for a Colress. Late game, that's pretty good. But you can also, if they come out with a spec that is a plasma, then it would be really good to run one in your deck. You can almost guarantee to have one in every deck. Yudha puts down a third lightning on his Black Kyurem. I hope he realizes that he needs to power it with 2 water, 1 lightning, 1 colorless. So that third lightning is kind of useless.
And yeah, it wastes his attachment for the turn too.
Yeah.
But maybe he's just trying to thin it out.
I don't know.
You could have attached it to the other one though, at least, or at least to maybe his other Keldeo if he needs to rush in.
Jasmine's trying to feed spoilers. And you didn't catch it? You didn't say anything?
Oh no, I remember.
Yeah, well, I mean, during this match, we didn't have anybody really judging, and also the video footage of being recorded while we were also playing at the same time.
So no one was really like.
I think this is the one where you donk Rishon.
Yeah.
This is the round where you donk Rishon, and then the reason we're not showing that game is because Julia just won within the first 5 seconds. So Gatus goes down and is gonna get rid of some stuff.
Yes, Gatus. I like that she's using the new cards. I like that.
Yeah, that's a new card. There's also full art Gatus. I think BD pulled the full art.
I wonder how many she draws. Let's see here.
She drew, I think,
1?
2.
2? 2 cards, yeah.
Yeah. She pulled it on me too. Got rid of some halfway decent cards. I mean, I think, like I said, it's not worthwhile running a lot of them, but running one of them, you can play them at really crucial times. And especially late game when you need to know what's in your opponent's hands. Like, gee, I wonder if they have energy. Gee, I wonder if they have a draw support, right?
It's also nice too late game because if especially when you get down, people are usually like, okay, I have this, and I can win or whatever, right? And then if you just get it, they're like, oh crap, because you usually just totally like take their head for a loop, right?
Mm-hmm. So Scramble Switch goes down, and she's gonna use the Oxy, which does 30 plus 30 damage for every energy on the defending Pokemon. So she can 2-shot that Keldeo. Scramble Switch also indicates she probably plays a Snorlax or a Lugia, because the best way to power those cards is using Scramble Switch, which lets you retreat and move your energies at the same time. So Yudha's going to have to retreat that Keldeo here, and hope that April doesn't have a catcher. The only thing bad about Deoxy's attack is that it does not get buffed by the Deoxy buff. Which
that
is
would be OP.
yeah, which is like, hey, thanks Pokemon, you gave us all these like overpowered cards. I'm glad at least you don't, you know, buff Deoxy with Deoxy.
You might as well not even write that it does 50 damage. You might as well just be like, it does 60, simply because it exists. Because the one Deoxys would power itself or whatever. But I think does Aerodactyl power itself?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe so.
And so
Okay,
so that was bad. That was
yeah.
not allowed. Yudha just like whoops. But then April is gonna get the catcher, and she's gonna get the KO anyway, so it doesn't even make a difference. If it would have made a difference, then yeah.
Water and 2 lightning instead of 2 lightning and no water.
Yeah. Alright, so that was the losers bracket, so Yudha is now out of the tournament. There's no more Blastoise in the tournament. Oh, so sad. But I'm sure it won't be the last we see of it. I'm pretty sure, I have a good feeling about Blastoise in the format right now, still. It's not tier 1, but it's definitely kind of in that tier 1.5 area. It's playable. It's playable. I mean, you played against my Blastoise list a few times, right? During that play testing, when it gets set up there, especially turn 2 setups, it can really rip things through. Anyways, we'll take a break here, guys. We'll come back with a round 3 losers bracket match, and we'll check that out. See you guys next time.